Hello. I want to talk a little bit about whether or not the narcissist knows their own truth. They do know their own truth. They just don't care. They just don't care. And you might say to yourself, well, I don't understand what you mean, Renee. How can they not care? Anyone treating someone like that has got to care. I would feel terrible if I... That's the key. You would feel terrible because you're thinking with your normally functioning brain. They have a different kind of brain. They are broken people. Broken people. They will not take any internalness to what they did to you and feel bad about it. They will pretend that they do. They'll even maybe say the words that they're sorry. You'll see big tears. They know exactly what they've been doing. The only thing that bothers them is that they were caught and that you are now on to them. And what will bother them is that you'll hear a narcissist say, oh, you're never going to look at me the same way again. You're never going to love me the same way again. That's disturbing to them because now they know that in your mind, they are now less than stellar, right? So their whole point, they're ensconced into this made-up world where they are this grandiose figure and you worship them and they love that. Then why did they ruin it? Because that's their cycle. They get bored. They want to shake it up. They want variety. There's a lot of reasons. Control. They want to see you flounder. You know what I mean? That's all part of their game. Now, they want you to think that it's your fault that they changed. I encourage you to think of them as never changing and that they were the same the whole time. They didn't change. We talked about how the manipulation in the good stage is still manipulation. So they didn't change. Their abuser came out, it came to the light, and you found in discussing with them what was going wrong. Maybe you don't use the word narcissist and you're not approaching them with all of this information because they do recommend you don't do that. They'll start Googling, they'll become... But maybe you said, why did you do this to me? And blah, blah. They're going to get mad at you for bringing it up. The reason they're mad is because of their own truth. I actually said to a narcissist once, it wasn't a relationship narcissist, it was a different kind of union, but I said, you're mad at your own truth. Well, I'm sorry you're mad at your own truth. I can't help you with that. If you don't like the truth about you, then change your truth. Right? That's what most normal people would do. I was watching something the other day, and again, I can't help but use examples in movies and TV shows. The serial killer and the husband confront each other. So the serial killer had taken the wife and child of the husband, and they're face to face. The serial killer says some horrible, raunchy things to the husband, and he fills up, his eyes fill up, and you see just the loss on his face. The serial killer, dead eyes, doesn't care, put his newspaper under his arm, walked away, didn't care. Didn't even blink, didn't feel bad for a millisecond. I want you to understand, that's the kind of void of feeling that the narcissist feels when you try to explain to them, but you're hurting me. Don't you understand what you're doing? Don't you see what you're doing to us, to me, to this? You will never see a genuine reaction. They might really have tears, but that's an Oscar-winning performance to make you think that they feel bad so that you take them back and give them another chance. They know their truth. No one can go through life and not look back on it and think. The only difference is they skew their truth by thinking it's everyone else's fault. And we talked about that before. They will look back on their life and it'll be your fault that they changed. You did something. When again, they didn't change. They were always this way. It'll be someone's fault that they lost a business. Someone else's fault that they lost another relationship. Everything is somebody else's fault. They blame everybody for everything else. But they look back and they see, you can see your life in shambles. Unless they're sleeping, they have to see it. They just don't care. The serial killer knew he killed the wife and child. He knew the truth of that. He knows that in the grand scheme of normal life, that kind of behavior is abhorrent behavior. He just didn't care. In the face of the victim's husband, nothingness. Nothingness. God bless you, Minnie. Nothingness. And it's disconcerting to see for somebody with a normal functioning brain, which is what you have, I'm assuming, right? So you can't wrap your head around how they just don't care. So then that creates a feeling of they've got to care. Those tears have to be real. It's too obvious that what they did was wrong. If they had a problem with their truth, they would change their truth, yes? If you have a problem with something in your life, you smoke and you want to quit. You'll quit, hopefully. But you'll know and hopefully you'll act on that, right? If you don't, then that's a cognitive dissonance that you've created with the smoking. You know it's bad for you, yet you do it anyway. Thinking and actions are two different things. So they're masters at that tool of manipulation and making you think one way and behave another, and they think one way and they pretend to, they pretend to think one way and behave another. Don't fall for it. Do not fall for it. They are well aware of what they're doing. It's calculated, it's manipulative, and they can be mad at their own truth all they want. If you're onto them, stick with it. You know what's what. Have faith in your own truth that you see. Okay, bye.